It isn't Botman, it isn't Hugo, it's Nick Pope. Welcome back to the video on the channel, Newcastle fans. If you are new to Black and White Banter, make sure you drop down, give us a like, give us a subscribe so you get notified when I post another one, if you like my opinion. And get us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Posting every day on social media channels. So, I knew I'd be touching down in the not too distant future to do a transfer video, and here I am again. So the big news coming out of Newcastle today from Sky Sports, amongst a couple of other sources, the Daily Mail as well, Telegraph I think as well. Nick Pope, Burnley goalkeeper, England international. We are in talks, it's looking like, to potentially sign Nick Pope for what looks like might be £10 million. That's the deal we're trying to go for. I think it's sounding like Burnley might be happy with that amount. So it could be a goalkeeper through the door first. Not a defender in Botman, not a forward in Etitike. God, I still don't think I'm saying that right. It could be a goalkeeper. Now, we have been linked with goalkeepers for a while now. Anyone who's been tracking the transfer news the last couple of months, Henderson from Manchester United was linked for quite a long time. That one didn't really go away. That picked up a bit of pace and it died off. Now it's Nick Pope. Now, my gut reaction to this one is a fantastic bit of business on paper in terms of making our squad stronger. He's an England international. He's a very, very, very good shot stopper. And on paper, at £10 million, very similar to the likes of your Trippiers and your Matt Targets potentially as well, as long as he continues in the same form. It's a bit of a snip because he knows the Premier League. He's still got bags of potential to improve, and it makes that area stronger. It looks like Woodman's on his way out to Preston, the young England international, which is a shame, but hey-ho, he's obviously not shown something. It looks like Darlow's going to be on his way out. Good luck to him as well. He's done a job for us where needed, but he's probably got ambitions to play more football. So we are looking for strength in that area. Now, if you're going to strengthen in that area, you sign an England international who has a reputation as being one of the better goalkeepers in the Premier League, and he doesn't want to be playing Championship football. But where does this leave our Martin Dubravka? War Dubs? I don't really know. So, for me, Martin Dubravka, and I don't know whether I'm speaking for other Newcastle fans when I say this, I've got a soft spot for him. We all do, I think. He came in, didn't really know much about him for a snippet of a price back in 2017. He had a blinding debut against Man United, and he's generally always been solid for us. He had a season, I think it was the 18-19 season, I think it might have been, where he's a little bit more error prone. There was lots of more mistakes creeping you. Maybe he's due a mistake every 5 or 6 games that led to a goal. But generally, across the board, even last season when he came back from injury, he's looked solid for us and he's kept us in games. And he's a fan favourite, I would probably say. But I've got to admit, I've always had in the back of my mind, are there better goalkeepers out there than Martin Dubravka? Well, of course, there are the world-class level goalkeepers, but Martin Dubravka, for me, has areas of his game that aren't the strongest. And I'm admittedly a little bit critical of goalkeepers. I think they get praised for doing the job when they make very bog-standard saves, the equivalent of a striker tapping into an almost empty net. The commentary put praise on them, and that's their job, essentially, to stop the ball going in the back of the net. But I think Martin Dubravka has areas of his game that aren't maybe his strongest points. He doesn't command his box the best at times. And I think it's safe to say that his distribution is not very good. I've never thought Martin Dubravka's good at distribution. If you watch a Newcastle game, whether it be at St James's Park or away from home, when he does try and play diagonal passes or longer passes from the floor, chances are that ball does not normally reach its destination or is a little bit lacklustre in doing so. So I do think Martin Dubravka on his day is a fantastic shot stopper, and the thought of him and Nick Pope having potential to battle each other in training to get the #1 spot is great. It's exciting. But would Nick Pope go above him? Well, I think Nick Pope has struggled to get an England side, and his biggest criticism is because he doesn't play the ball out. Now, I've done my digging on this, my research, as I always do. I think that's very unfair of Nick Pope, criticism of him. Do you know why? Because he plays for Burnley. How many times do you see Burnley Football Club playing football from the back? Nick Pope has a job in that team to pump the ball long. And do you know why I know this? Again, from stats. 74% of the balls played from his 6-yard box from goal kicks are in the air, long distance, over 40 yards. So Nick Pope is never asked to play the ball short. So we don't know what Nick Pope is like as a ball-playing goalkeeper. He hasn't really had that chance. He's played his games for England, but the games he's played for England have been very quiet, where he's had very little to do. His success rate in terms of his longer passing is some of the best in the league, which again would argue that his distribution is not that bad. So I believe that Nick Pope maybe gets unfairly criticised for his distribution as a goalkeeper. I think he's an incredibly strong shot stopper from long distance and short. I think his reactions are good as a goalkeeper, and he likes to command the box. And look at the size of him. He's a tall bloke, which is always nice to have in your goal. But I think the criticism of him not being a good distributor of the ball, I don't think Eddie Howe would want him if that was the case. Eddie Howe does not want to play long ball, kicky football. He doesn't. We've seen that since he's come in. That's what Steve Bruce wanted to play to a degree. No plan, just kick it forward and hope for the best. And we've seen that before across many managers. Nick Pope, I think, gets an awful reputation for that part of his game that is unwarranted because of the team he's played for. He's told to do a job at Burnley Football Club that does not involve playing to his centre-backs or playing the ball out shorter to each wing, etc., etc. So, am I excited at the prospect of Nick Pope joining our football club? Yes. Is 10 million potentially an absolute snip for an England international with still the world at his feet as a goalkeeper and room to improve? Yes. Is he going to make us better? Yes. So I am all for this signing. Absolutely. If this one goes through as our second signing of the summer, sorry, I keep forgetting about Matty Targett. And I'll be totally honest with you, Newcastle fans, it's nice to have something else to read about, but fucking Sven Botman and Hugo Ekitike, it's nice to read something else because no one knows what's going on with that. Hugo, the French forward, the Chronicle, Lee Ryder's reporting that he wants to come off his holidays to sign. The Daily Mail's saying it's dead in the water. Real Madrid have been linked with him this afternoon as well. So I know we've got to be patient, but I am sick of it because I don't think any journalists at the moment know what's going on with them deals. But it looks like the Nick Pope one is picking up pace, and I'll be over the moon. He's a fantastic addition to our goalkeeping ranks if he is to come in and Woodman and Darlow are to leave. So yeah, bring it on. Brilliant signing. And he's English as well. It's always nice to have some English lads in the fray as well, isn't it? Let's face it. Our national heroes. It's always nice to have some of them. If you are new to Black and White Banter and you're watching this video this far, let me know in the comments. I really want to know what you think of Nick Pope, what you think of Dubravka, who you maybe think's better, and how you see him fitting in our team. Is he going to go straight in, and whether you would be happy with this signing? So drop us down, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and I've got no doubts now that the week has picked up, because it's been a very slow week on the transfer front, it looks like the wheels might be in motion and some deals might be happening. So I've got no doubt I'll be touching down for another video. So I'll see you on the next one, Newcastle fans, and maybe in a couple of days, Nick Pope might be a black and white. Away the lads.